Hello, boys and girls. Now we're going to work on our writing about reading, and I chose the story Setting the Table. If you remember correctly, the little boy has a job or a chore where he sets the table. Some of the things that he used were, let's see, he used a mat, then a napkin. He put the plate down because we eat on plates. What else did he use? What do we eat with? What are those things called? A fork, a spoon. He put a knife down, but he didn't talk. We don't talk about it in the book, but I see it in the pictures. And the last thing he set down was a glass. That's what we used to drink out of. So when it was all done, he had set the table, and his sentence was, "Here is the table." So we're going to work on that. You're going to write 2 sentences that talk about some of the things that we read about in the book. And you're going to say, "Here is the," just like the boy did. And you're going to write that down. So here is the blank, and you're going to fill that in with one of the words from the story. But I want you to sort of analyze our sentence. We're going to break it down. So in that story, "Here is the," those first 3 words are sight words. So we should be pretty good about knowing those sight words and writing them out now, especially since we've been reading them over and over again in our books. So I know the word "here." We talked about it has the uppercase H in it, okay? So it's uppercase H because it's at the beginning of the sentence. So here. So that's how I'm going to write it. Here. And remember, it's a sight word, so it doesn't follow a tapping out pattern, okay? So I have to know how to spell it. So here is, how do we spell is? I hear the I sound at the beginning, and it is a sight word, is. And remember, that's an S, not a Z, is, but it's a sight word, so we know it's the S. So here is the. I spell the pretty fast because I've seen it over and over and over again. T-A-G. Now I'm going to choose something in this book that he did not put down on the table so that we can practice hearing sounds and matching those sounds with letters to write. Okay? So I'm going to say, here is the salt, okay? Or maybe, let's try this. Here is the pepper, because sometimes we use salt and pepper at the table. So what sound do I hear at the beginning of pepper? I hear a p, p. And what letter makes the p sound? The P. So I would write that. P, pepper, pepper. So I'm hearing what I know that's a vowel. What letter makes that sound? It's the E. Ooh, there's that p sound again. So pepper. Now, boys and girls, this is a hard word to spell, and I'm going to show you how to write it if I were your age, okay? So I'm getting the sounds. I'm trying to pull the sounds and the letters that make that sound. So pepper. I hear the at the end. Pepper. Do I have all my sounds? Pepper. And of course I would put a period at the end. Now I'm going to tell you right now that that is spelled incorrectly. And I'll show you how to write that the correct way. But I'm demonstrating this so you know how to match up the sounds with the letters. Because sometimes spelling it becomes difficult. There's different patterns that you're going to learn about when you're older. Like right now, this is what we call an R-controlled vowel that's going to pop up here. You don't learn about that for a while. So I'm going to erase this and write it the correct way. In order for pepper to be spelled right, I have to do 2 P's in the middle and then an E-R. Pepper, pepper. And when I say that word, I'm clapping it. Pepper, pepper. So I have 2 syllables, 2 claps, and my word does kind of match that. So my sentence is, here is the pepper. And that's how you're going to figure out your writing in response to our story. And you're going to choose 2 things to write about. You can choose 2 things that he did in the story. But I don't want you to get help from mom or dad on the spelling of words. I want all of this to be your spelling, even your sight words. Try to think these things through on your own. It's going to make you such a good writer to practice that on your own. So here is and you're gonna fill this in with whatever you want from the story, okay? You're gonna do 2 of those. So you're gonna take a picture of that and turn that in on your portfolios. All right, everybody? All right, good job.